Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So hopefully you guys had a good day. I actually wasn't too tragic. I didn't get as much accomplished as I was anticipating, but I did go upstairs and get some things moved around for my husband to build me some more shelves because I am running out of space. So if we can't extend our craft room, maybe he can build me some more shelves upstairs. So I did get that done today, got tidied up a little bit, designed a super fun card for you guys for tonight. And it is using oh, literally the name was just on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. It is the Apple Harvest Bundle. So the Apple Harvest stamp set is in the annual catalog. Actually, I'm sorry, it's in the mini catalog, and they just came out with new dies to match it. And I really overlooked it in the catalog until the dies came out, and haha, they are spectacular. I definitely think you guys are going to like this card. So good evening, Heather, Kelly, Valerie. Oh my goodness, Kelly, what time is it there? 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 o'clock there. You should be in bed, but I'm glad you're not. I'm glad you're joining us. Good evening, Anna. So I don't do a whole lot of coloring when I design classes or even doing a Facebook Live. I kind of just need to be in that mindset of I just need to sit and be tedious and color. And I got into that mindset today because I really think I'm going to sit and crank out like 20 or 30 of these cards. They are that cute. A little bit not really time consuming, but it is just a little bit tedious with the coloring. So I'm super excited to show you guys. Oh, you're starting the long weekend. That's right. I forgot Monday's a holiday. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to point you over so we can make sure we are live on my iPad and we are ready to go. Sorry, hold on. I did not have my iPad turned on, so it's making me put in all of my passwords. I think it's up and running now. Perfect, it is. Okay, so this is the Perfect Partners plan that Stampin' Up! Came out with. It is only for September 1st, so it started today and it ends on the 30th, where you can get the matching dies that match some of the current stamp sets. So this is the one that I was talking about, Apple Harvest. This is in the mini catalog, and I definitely overlooked it because I didn't want to fussy cut all of these guys out. And then they came out with this phenomenal die set. So you have a banner to cut the long words. You have this guys, which is what we're using tonight. That cuts out this one. Lots of beautiful little flowers and insert pieces for the flowers. Here's another one for the apple. So that one cuts out that apple. This one cuts out this apple. There it is. And then you have this really cool border piece that you can add on, and then you can add on some stems to make more room for more apples. So it is definitely super cute, and I can't wait to play with it a little bit more. And let me just bring this in so I can show you guys. So it's the fresh cut flowers. They have dies as well. The little playful piggies. I actually just sent another email out for my class to go that's featuring the little piggies. It's for fancy folds. So I actually will be starting to prep those this week. Trimming the tree. This is a stamp set that's in the annual catalog, and it has the dies to match it. Yeti dies, Yeti to party, and then the Waterfall Canyon. I haven't gotten that one yet, but I think it might be on my list of ones that I need to purchase. So that is the info. Let me bring in, I did bring in the Scallop contour dies for the card we're going to be making tonight. And these are the three that I used. Let's see, who just logged on? Anna logged on. Bev, hello. Okay, so these are the three Scallop contour dies that I used, and I just want to show you before I bring in the card. So we have the largest one is in Real Red. The medium size is in Basic White. And then the smaller size is in the Designer Series paper. And I actually think I have used pretty much that whole set of designer series paper. So let me just flip through so I can show you. It's on page 17. I had it open, but then I closed my catalog. Nope, not page 17. Well, maybe I won't be showing you guys. Isn't that what it said? Maybe it's an error in the book. But it's the, oh, page 59. It's the cottage gingham. I was looking at the wrong side. So here it is. So it has real red, blushing bride, pumpkin pie, garden green, mint macaroon, and basic black. So the one side is the smaller check and the larger side is, or the other side is the larger check. So I would have brought the whole pack in, but I think I used it all. So that is how I got my layering pieces. And when you cut your contour die out, you will have to pop these guys out. They come out really easy. I just didn't do it prior to going live. So we'll have to pop those guys out. And then it is full scalloped all the way around. So those are the 3 pieces for the scallop contour die. So let me bring in the card we're going to be doing. So I really enjoyed this sentiment. The greatest gift is a good friend. That's why I want to sit and literally crank out 20, 30, 40 of these, because there are a million people that I could send this to. And I don't think I want to make a million cards, but there are a million people I could definitely send this to. And I used a little bit of the Wink of Stella on the apples and the leaves to kind of give it a little bit of a shimmer. So that's what we're going to be playing with tonight. I did go ahead and pre-color a bit of this just because I didn't want it to be too daunting, me sitting here coloring. And it's hard for me to talk while I color because I'm trying to concentrate. So I pulled out the light granny apple green, and I'm just going to color the rest of these leaves in the light granny apple green. And then the darker granny apple green, I'm just going to go in and fill in the veins. I'm not going to color the whole thing with the dark. I'm just going to highlight the veins of it. And I do have a paper underneath my work surface because when you use the blender pens, it kind of sometimes does bleed through a little bit. So I do have the little scrap underneath. So I'm just going to quickly finish coloring the leaves. I did most of it before we went live. And I want to get some of the little bases of that. So now I'm going to come in with the darker. And I don't know if you can see that it is absolutely beautiful just with the one layer. But when you come in and you're just going to quickly, like you don't want to leave your brush on too long, you're just going to add a little bit of dimension to all of these leaves. And that one, I went a little bit thicker than I probably would have liked, but honestly, you're not going to be able to notice it. And especially once you get the Wink of Stella on here, it's going to blend all of those colors beautifully. Thank you, Kelly. And I saw Jessica log on. Hello. This card, when I was creating it, I was literally thinking of you because Jessica loves to color. She does some phenomenal artwork as well. A couple more, and then I'll go in and color the rest of the apples. And I kind of did the same thing with the apples, just, I don't know if I did that one already. We're just going to do it again, just to be safe. So for the apples, I colored all of them in the light real red, and I am using the thicker end, so it has 2 sides. So this is the thicker brush, and that's the thinner brush. I am using the thicker brush just to go in and color the apple. And just be gentle, you don't want to go over. That's why I kind of did the green first, because if I went over a little bit into the apple, it wasn't going to be that noticeable. And I think I might need a new real red because this one is fading just a smidgen. Actually, it's just my tip that's being a little wonky. And I know it's probably hard to see because my hand's in the way. So I'm just going to color your apple in. There we go. And I didn't get all the way to the edge, and that's okay, because I'm going to come in with the darker. I don't know if you can see these little dark hues. That is actually in the stamp set itself. So I'm just going to come in with the darker real red and just kind of highlight those hues a little bit more. And that's just going to kind of give your apple a 3D look. Come over here, do that guy, and there we go. I think he's all colored. So let's bring in the Wink of Stella. Let's make sure that the glitter is all the way at the end. I might need to push a little bit down because I was playing with it today. So I'm going to pull this up closer so I can show you guys the dimension that it is going to give it. So once you start coloring, you can kind of see all of these pieces start blending together, and it literally looks like a real apple and leaves. It is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see how pretty it is. I hope so. So I'm just going to go in and do the leaves and the apples. I didn't realize that I was going to love Wink of Stella. I've been putting this on everything. Literally everything. Come up, do some of the stems. There we go. So I do have one that is completely colored, and I did it the same way, and you can kind of tell, you can kind of see the difference. Anyways, from my angle, you can definitely tell the difference. So that is really it. There is not much to this card. We really didn't stamp an entire ton. It's pretty much just stamping in the mementos, coloring, and then cutting your scallop contour dies. That is pretty much the focal point of this card. So I have, sorry, I should have told you that. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it right in half and folded it. So now all we're going to have to do is start layering. And once these layers come together, this card literally pops. That might be the one that I tried using last week. There we go. Put some adhesive on the back. Gonna lay this down, kind of centering it. There we go. Let's go with your basic white piece. We're gonna stick that right in the center. And then our designer series paper. And that is gonna go right in the center as well. So while all of that glue dries, I'm going to bring in our apples, flip it over, and I'm just going to add a few dimensionals to this. Nothing crazy. Well, maybe a little crazy, but you can use as much or as little as you want. So now this is going to go right on top. And then I have my sentiment. The greatest gift is a good friend. I know so many people I could send this card to. Thank you, Tracy. The apples are so cute. My mom, when I was growing up, her whole kitchen and house and things were in apples. And it actually reminded me of all the apples in the house. So there we go. Look how easy peasy this card is. And you could definitely use some of the designer series paper to do your envelopes. So you'll definitely have a wow. And even all of the other colors in that paper pack, hold on, what did I say, 59? Yeah. So even the other colors, you could do them in pumpkin pie. You could do them in the granny apple green, mint macaroon. All of these colors, you could definitely use the same technique and the same design. The only thing I don't know if you can really tell is I didn't realize that I had my real red marker. So this one I used cherry cobbler, and they're, I mean, right next to each other, you could definitely kind of tell that there's a difference, but having them separate, nobody would ever know that you did one in real red and the other one in cherry cobbler. So I have already pre-cut a couple more, so we're just going to sit and put them together. I already colored them, and I just thought we could sit and play putting them together because it's really not a hard set to do. So I think this might be something where I get some free time that I am just going to sit and crank out a ton of these because they are definitely worth it. We'll layer that piece on. Oh, yes, the teacher, exactly, all the apples. Thank you, Bev. Yes, Jessica, I definitely think the black and white would be absolutely beautiful. And you may not even have to do a whole lot of coloring if you're doing black and white paper. One of the cards we're doing for class this weekend, I just did the black and white with a splash of color. So we wouldn't have to sit and color everything. And I think that looks absolutely gorgeous as well. So let's flip this over. And do remember, this sale is really only while supplies last. Yes, it's guaranteed. Well, I shouldn't say it's guaranteed. It's available from the 1st today until the 30th. But if they sell out, they will sell out and they won't get another shipment in. So if this is something on your wish list or you think you might want it, I would definitely order it sooner than later. So put dimensionals on there. Let's not put your sentiment on upside down, even though I would still send it to somebody and they probably would get a laugh. And I didn't do the Wink of Stella. I think I'm going to make stock in this Wink of Stella now. I think from here on out, everybody's getting a Wink of Stella in a card kit. Because I love it. I think we used to have a gold color too that would have been beautiful. There we go. Oh, perfect, Tracy. I will mail you one of these cards. Oh, I should do that. Since I have 4 cards for the first 4 people that place an order for the set, I will drop this cute card in the mail to you. So, Stephen, many of you guys know him. He ran my embossing machine for me for a long time. And he did not like this die set when I had him cut it because he had to poke all those holes out. And then he had to get it out of the die before he could run another one. I can just remember him sitting in here, not saying the nicest of words at the machine and the dies, poking those out. But they are so worth it. They are absolutely gorgeous. It is worth all the time and love. So there's that. Glue this one down. And we are probably almost done. And that means we had a really quick live. I know I did a lot of the coloring ahead of time. I just didn't want it to be like super boring for you guys and sitting and watching me color. So that's why I did a lot of it before. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there is this guy. Put that down, put this on. Good evening, Linda. So peel this off and set this one right in the center. And you could really stamp on the inside if you wanted to as well. I didn't, I just left it blank, but don't forget the Wink of Stella. This one might be running out. Let's see, if you squeeze the sides gently, you'll get more ink down the tip. Oh, it's not empty, it's still coming out. But you just have to squeeze gently. If you squeeze too hard, you will wear it on your project. And I actually think that happened to Kelly. She squeezed too hard and it was a big blob on the middle of her card. And I would suggest stamping this and then cutting it before you start coloring. Only ask me from experience, because if you stamp it and color it before you punch it out, if your die shifts in your machine, it's not going to cut it perfectly. And I'm just trying to prevent you guys from saying naughty words. I would definitely stamp, die cut, and then color. Because if you mess up while you're die cutting, you could just scratch it and do another piece. Just a little bit of a tidbit. Okay, there you go. That was a super quick and easy class or Facebook Live, and they're so gorgeous. I am absolutely in love with them. Hopefully you guys can see them all. I did them all the same color, all the same design, but I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. That literally was probably the fastest Facebook Live I've ever done, and there was no major malfunctions or glitches. But anyway, I do have card class on Saturday. I will see many of you guys Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon. And if I don't see you on Saturday, I will definitely see you guys back on Tuesday for another live. I actually have to do my live for Tuesday early because I am having Lucas on Tuesday instead of Monday. So it will be a very rough day with napping and getting out here to do the live. So cross our fingers that I'll still be here at 7. It might be a couple minutes after. But anyway, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody on Saturday or on Tuesday. Have a good night. Bye-bye.